George Muller, the man who trusted God. George Muller was a man with a big heart and even bigger faith. He lived in England in the 1800s, a time when many children were left orphaned and homeless. George couldn't bear to see these children suffer, so he decided to do something about it. But there was one problem. He had no money. George dreamed of opening an orphanage where children would be safe, loved, and taught about God. He believed that if God wanted him to do this, then God would provide everything he needed. But George made a bold decision. He would never ask anyone for money. Instead, he would pray and trust that God would take care of everything. One day, the orphanage was completely out of food. The children were hungry, but George told them to sit down at the table. He prayed, thanking God for the food they were about to eat, even though there wasn't any food in the house. Just then, there was a knock at the door. It was the local baker. He told George, "I couldn't sleep last night. I felt that you might need some bread, so I got up early and baked you some." A few minutes later, the milkman's cart broke down right in front of the orphanage. He had no choice but to give all the milk to George, since it would spoil before he could get it to the market. That morning, the children had a full meal thanks to George's faith and God's timing. Throughout his life, George never asked anyone for money, but he prayed about every need, and God always provided, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. By the time George Muller passed away, he had cared for over 10,000 orphans and shared the story of God's faithfulness with people all over the world. George Muller's story shows that when you have faith, God can turn the impossible into reality. He teaches us that if we trust God with our needs, even the biggest dreams can come true.
Kindly engage by subscribing, giving us a thumbs up and hitting the notification bell for more from Divine and Grace.